How's it going, YouTube metalers? Welcome to the Nightmare Cabin. We are doing another album review today, and this is the new album from Son of the Endless Night, and the album is called Life, a Tragedy Tainted by Malevolence. Well, and it just. This is quite an exciting new project, actually. I was on Mr. Ian Glasper's Facebook page. I've been talking with Ian about getting him on the show, actually, and he said he was up for it, but he had Zoom and I use Skype, and I kind of bit of a technophobe, me, and I did eventually download Zoom, and I should message him. This has been a reminder that I've got Zoom now, so if he wants to come on, he should come on. So I'll get on that. That was a little mental reminder to myself. So yeah, if you're a regular viewer, you may have seen my previous video of what's it called, British Steel, series that I need to get back on board with, actually. But yeah, I did Stampin Ground's Carved from Empty Words. Got quite a few views of that, actually, and I still think this is one of the best pieces of metal, or best albums to come out of the British metal scene. And Son of the Endless Night is two members of Stampin Ground. Well, this lineup of Stampin Ground, anyway. So Mr. Ian Glasper is back on bass and writing vocals, just like he was here. And Aid Stokes, who was the drummer on this album, is now the guitarist of Son of the Endless Night. He also writes all of the music. So we'll get into the music as the review goes on. But there's a close-up of the artwork there. Pretty basic booklet, really. Just got the lyrics, got a pretty cool band photo in the middle there. And yeah, so we've got, as I say, two members of Stampin Ground and Cy Cobb of Annihilated on vocals. Shamefully, I must admit, shit. See, it's all going on here. I've only got one Annihilated album, Antisocial Engineering, the latest one. Yeah, signed copy, always a good bonus. Yeah, I really like this album, and I always intended to dig a bit deeper with the band. I've listened to stuff online and whatnot, but I've never actually bought anything else. So yeah, another thing to get onto. So yeah, you've got some pretty big hitters, really. You know, some veterans of the scene. Yeah, you got Cy Cobb, classic thrash vocalist, and then you got some hardcore veterans from Stampin Ground. This is actually the second album of the band. I mentioned earlier I was on Mr. Ian Glasper's Facebook page when he announced that this album was coming out. I'd never even heard anything about the project, and I think they put a post, get the first album before the second one comes out. So I actually got this a month or two ago just to set myself up. It's pretty different, really, considering who's involved. You'd think you got an idea of what's going on, but no, this is it's a thrash metal project. It's very much in the vein. It's very, very fresh. It's a thrash metal project. It's very thrashy, but it's quite balls to the wall. You've got, they even say themselves are quite influenced by, Dark Angel, Violence, etc., etc. You've also, I'm just trying to go through some members here as well. You've got Colin Baker on drums, who's also in Suicide Watch, that was another band also featuring Ian Glasper and Aid Stokes. Aid is drumming on that, though, so I'm not sure what Colin actually does in Suicide Watch. Let's have a quick gander. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, I think Aid was the original drummer, and then Colin took over on drums. I think that might be the case with that. And who else was there on guitar? Jim Saunders from the Seventh Cross, and also Murder One. Do you remember the bands that featured Johnny Morrow before he passed away? I think that's the same band. Raging Speedhorn vocalist, also the vocalist from Medulla Nocte, who is also the original singer of Stampin Ground. So yeah, everyone in the band's been around the block in various bands, and so yeah, good thrash metal, nice and technical, nice and pit friendly, bit, the hardcore is still in the background somewhere. I think with Stampin Ground it was more hardcore with a thrash influence. I mean, I think this is just as good a thrash metal album as any other. But in a debate online once, Ian Glasper did chip in and went, no, like, we were a hardcore band, just with thrash influence, and who might argue with him. So, but this one is more thrash metal with a hardcore background. You still get some chanted choruses, you still get a nice dirty punky bass line now and then, good emphasis of groove, lots of melodics in this as well, some shredding solos as well as melodic solos. This first album is very good, but it's much more straightforward than this one. This one, everything just opens up musically. There's lots going on, and good use of, well, it's very cinematic, it's very theatrical, very dramatic in places. It's very, you've got, basically off the bat, you've got 3 instrumentals, and not in a silly little 1 minute, intro or something like that. This is quite, the one particular song, it is, a real big epic piece of work. And I'll go through the album, but I'm trying to think of best way really to map this out. So basically you've got, it's like the album's in 2 parts in a way, and it's also like right, we'll start off with we'll just go through it track by track. You've got the Open Skies Closed Minds, a nice orchestral instrumental, an introduction piece really, and then we kick into Who Let the Night In. Good thrashy number. It's basically just knuckled down, ball to the wall thrash with some melodic leads thrown in, and yeah, you still get some echoes of hardcore in the background, and it basically just, it's basically an appetizer. So you've got this nice introduction, then you've got like, it's not even 3 minutes of thrash, and it just basically lets you know where you've arrived. And then you've got 3 songs, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 tracks where the band just go for it. There's not a track more over 4 minutes long. Most of the tracks don't even hit the 3 minute mark. You've got Where There Is God, There Is Nothing. Things open up a bit more on that one. So on Who Let the Night In, it's very knuckled down thrash, while this one's, it still hits the ground running, but then it starts throwing a few more curveballs in, and then without even a second's break, excuse me, they go straight into Once Upon a Death. I've got that right, haven't I? Yeah. And good punky bass section in the middle of that. The song sort of breaks down halfway through. You get good dirty bass. Got Once Upon a Death sort of hardcore chant. It gives you echoes back to the Stampin Ground days, and more melodic leads in that as well. There's always good melodic leads that just keeps it just stirs things up and keeps things memorable, keeps things interesting, rather than just heads down and like sort of thrashing for the sake of it. And then you've got the title track, the band title track. It's not the album title track, you get what I mean. But Son of the Endless Night. That's a bit kind of Iron Maiden at the beginning of that. The sort of melodic lead at the beginning, and then it goes into like a sort of slow, sort of doomier track. Very cool, very atmospheric. You actually get another version of that as a bonus track at the end, but we'll get to that later. Darkness is Falling for the Human Race. That's got more of like a punk drum beat. It's a bit of a stomping track, really, like that straightforward. But I like the use of clean vocals during the verse on that one. And then that's sort of like the first half of the album, and then on the second half things get fucking epic. So you've got this instrumental piece. The Holocene has ended, and that's a 7-minute plus instrumental. It starts off orchestral with orchestras. You've got some people on here playing different strings and instruments and whatnot. You've got they throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got pianos. It's very cinematic. It's very theatrical, very dramatic. This feels like it could be on a film score. It's as good as that. And then it just kicks in, and it's got this beautiful It goes through all different paces, and then it just kicks into these beautiful melodic solos. There's some great riffs in there as well. And yeah, I mean, hats off to Aid Stokes. I mean, not only did you do one of the best fucking drum performances in one of the best metal albums this fucking country's ever produced, you're writing music like this. I mean, you talented bastard. Who the hell do you think you are? Yeah, I'm seething with jealousy. But seriously, I am. But yeah, what a piece of music. This is absolutely fucking fantastic. And then it goes into another album highlight, the Beyond the Reason of Man. Pretty standard to begin with, and then it sort of breaks in around the 3-minute mark, I believe. Yeah, just under 6 minutes, this track. And so just think, you've got thrash metal, you know, pretty much wall to wall. We're not even hitting the 3-4 minute mark most of the time, and then you've just got this 7-minute epic piece of music in the middle, smack bang in the middle of the album, with orchestras thrown in. There's beautiful melodic solos, and then we come back to where we were at the beginning of that track, and then halfway through the song, it goes into like this melodic breakdown. So it sort of backs off a little bit. You've got this melodic little riff, and then it just builds up again into, quite honestly, one of the best guitar solos you've ever heard. Seriously, your favourite guitar solo, this will match it. Trust me. Of your favourite thrash metal album or your favourite metal album, it is the perfect balance between being all over the place, all over the fretboard, shredding, but it's beautiful and melodic, and it just marries the two perfectly. It's emotional and heartfelt and passionate as well, and it has everything. So be it some Megadeth, solo, to a Kirk Hammett standing on a mountain, like on Unforgiven or something like that. This is both. You no longer have to choose. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then when it kicks back in again, you've now got some clean vocals as well. So at the forefront, you've just got this clean "Beyond the Reason of Man," and then Sigh in the background, "and things we can't understand." It's fucking awesome. Yeah, Sigh always, Cy Cobb sounds like Cy Cobb, doesn't he? If you like, Annihilated, his voice is his voice. He sounds like no one else. No one sounds like him, and he fits right in here. He's done great vocals on both albums, and there's certain vocals in here where they get like a backing vocalist in or someone else to do other bits, but he's still using his voice to his full potential, and he's doing lots of other things with his voice that you might not necessarily find on Annihilated. He's definitely got more to play with musically on this album. And then we got where we gone to next? Where are we at? Take Comfort in War is another sort of 3-minute thrasher. It's good. It's just it's hard to describe it without repeating myself, but it's a good standard track. Then you've got Full Disclosure. We go UFO hunting on that one. It's a cool mid-pace stomper, and again quite melodic in places as well. Very atmospheric track. And then we've got another instrumental at the end, Forest of Dreams, which brings the album down nicely and closes the album off well as well. And then we get a bonus track where it's a re-edit of Son of the Endless Night. We've got some spoken word passage. I don't know if it's from a film or what, but it's just another take on the track. It's a good little bonus track. It's a good little bonus to have. Yeah, really good album. Really interesting album. I mean, again, things just open up on this second one. I mean, this second album's a good 10 to 12, 13 minutes longer than this one. So that kind of is an indicator of how much the band are opening up music-wise and sort of adding to what they've already done. You can put these albums down as like side projects or one-off little super group or something like that. When you've got like the guitarist from this group, singer from that group, da-da-da-da-da. But, it's not even a year. When did the first one come out? Bear with me 1 second. 2019 was the first one. So 2 years later, that's a good standard follow-up. But yeah, with 2 albums in now, enough material here for a headline slot, a headline show. I'd love to see these live. I think this, and there's enough going on and a good mixture of songs going on there to make a good full proper set. With the orchestrations as well, you've got a nice little intro thing to play over. You've got stuff to play during a break. You've got an instrumental you can play in the middle. Yeah, they've got everything now. So I look forward to seeing where this project goes and what they come up with on a third album. And like I say, it's musicians that I already have stuff by that I respect, and it's good to see a new project come out. So yeah, exciting times. Definitely get this, but go on the band's website and get that while you're at it. Get both. There's no reason not to. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Good British thrash metal band, Son of the Endless Night. Definitely go get it. And I'll be back tomorrow. This just came in the post. The new Absu album. I'll be reviewing this tomorrow. So yeah, I'll probably put the Metal Archives, and then you've got the links, and you can go. I don't know if the band's got a cartel, but I can't remember where I ordered this from. I think I might have ordered this directly from the label. I'm not sure, but I'll put the band's Metal Archives page in the description, and then you can have a look and check things out yourself. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If this is your first video, welcome aboard, and if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. And yeah, I'll see you soon for another album review. Thanks a lot. Take care.